everyone, my name is Kim. This evening, we are almost finished this series, but I think I have a couple more types I have to do. So tonight, I'm going to talk about the INFP'S and what their fears are. So I'm going to give a little bit of an overview of INFP'S. INFPs are, they have a cool exterior that, like kind of reserve, and don't be fooled by that. They are on the inside. They are, caring people. They're empathetic. They're all about self-expression, very creative people. They just kind of do their own thing. They stand out, say from the crowd, And I think, in everything in their life, it's all about authenticity and self-expression, being individualistic. But yeah, they're very creative people. They write poetry, novels, like they're into fantasy. So, they'll write fantasy novels. They're good writers. Very, very creative people. They're good listeners. A lot of them, they're therapists, social workers, just any type of work, where they're, listening to a person or their patient or client, just listening to their patient's story, their life, and INFPs have a good listening ear. They want to hear, everything, that their patient is going through, and they're always there to give good advice, to help out in that way. So that is a bit of an overview of INFPs. Now I'm going to talk about their fears. Now, this type, people may say, that INFPs, they're selfish. They only focus on themselves. They don't focus on others. And so INFPs get that a lot. And, that's one of their fears is people are misunderstanding them. People are thinking they're selfish and they don't care about others. And that isn't the case. Their perspective is that in order to help others, with what they're going through. See, INFPs, they view it as, if they are working on themselves and they're, working on having that growth mindset, getting on a good path, that is going to, excuse me, help them grow, to have that growth mindset. And INFPs, they're working on themselves. There's self growth and whatever things they're going through, they work it out themselves. They process, and for every decision that they make, they go to their FI because they have core values, and that's FI core values. And so for every decision, they look inward and make their decisions based on their core values. Like, say, authenticity is a really important core value to INFPs. So, yeah, that is how they are. That is how their mind works. That is how, their outlook is. And so people, so they fear, INFPs fear that that people will continue to misunderstand them and not understand that, the reason why they do things differently than other types. If when they focus on themselves and they're working on the things they need to do, to have that growth mindset, when they do this, they're able to help others to in their journey and having that growth mindset. And they want other people to have that, to make good decisions, be on a good path, to work on themselves, it's important for INFPs, especially. But yeah, when they hear people say, oh, they're selfish, they don't focus on other people. They don't care. They just care about themselves. And that hurts the INFP. And it could cause them to have low self-esteem, or even worse, to go into this spiral depression, and that's a dark place that INFPs don't want to go there, so that's a fear of theirs. They don't want to go there. They care about people. They're empathetic, and they're good, being in careers like being a therapist, being a social worker, just any kind of position, or crisis work hotline person, who if a person phones in and they're feeling kind of depressed, or whatever they're feeling, an INFP, I think working on a hotline type of work, and they're listening on the phone to to the person that's talking, getting out their feelings, what, the stuff they're going through. And the INFP is listening. They're good listeners. And they're there to help, to solve, or not even to solve that person's problem, but to give them tools and resources that would benefit them. And at a hotline, an INFP, that's basically what they do in hotlines, is to direct them to places where they can get the help, give them resources that would help them out, the tools that could help them out in the time being, or if they so choose to, go the route of, seeing a therapist, or, stuff like that. So I can see an INFP helping people that way, and they're not selfish. We need to love ourselves first in order to love others. We need to, work on having that growth mindset, we need to work on that in order to help others in their journey to have that growth mindset. And so that is, that is the INFP's perspective. It may look selfish to people, but it's because these people are misunderstanding INFPs and how they relate to people, how they behave, and it's and when people are, tell them that, it could cause an INFP to, lose some self-confidence. They'll end up having low self-esteem or depression, so that's a fear for INFPs, that they are continually being misunderstood by people, and because they have that cool exterior, it doesn't mean they're not approachable. They are. They, on the inside, they really care, and want to help other people. Anyways, I think I'm going over my time here. I'm going to leave it at this, and I hope you guys have a good evening, and I will talk to you in the next video. All right, bye.